I've been using Mendeley since version 1 over a decade ago, and it's great. I've never looked back. It's made my life simple. So I'm amazed that people don't use it. Even a decade later, over a decade later, people are still not using Mendeley. So I'm going to show you how powerful this software is. So I've got a paper here. The role of drone disaster response, a literature review of operations research applications. That sounds great. And I got my Word document. I want to write about this and I want to cite it correctly. So let's use Mendeley to cite this correctly. Now, if you look at this paper, we've got a thing called a DOI code there. So I'm just going to copy everything after that slash. It's 10 dot whatever. So copy that. Open up Mendeley. It's free software. Download it today. You see how many papers got? We've got thousands of papers. Add reference manually. There are other ways of doing this. This is what I do. Paste DOI code into there, click lookup, and boom, everything is there. All the authors, all the names, all the details that you need. So I'm just going to click add entry, and that saves it. Great. So going over into my Word document, and I'm just writing something very, very intelligent there. That's really good. Let's go full screen. Click on references. And there's a word plugin. When you install Mendeley, you get that straight away. Now you can look up here, tools, insert a web importer, or insert Mendeley cite for Word. It's all great. Let's go back in here. So I click on my plugin. And it's going to take a few seconds to open up. I've got a computer which is 6 years old. So this is an old computer. Your computer is going to be much better than mine. So here we are on the right. It's saying, okay, I've got thousands of papers. Oh, look, it's there. It's the first one. So I put my cursor there and say, insert citation. And it drops it in perfectly. Now I'm going to create a reference list. And top right, insert bibliography. Yep, continue, I want it there. And there it is. It is perfect. Now, what if I add another reference? So I write something, just click, don't edit that part, click to the right, full stop. I write something else, very, very intelligent. And I want to choose DeepSeek because that's the new buzzword. There we are. Click on DeepSeek. And in a second, will refresh, and DeepSeek reference is now down there. So as you add your references, they go in the reference list every time. But what if the format of referencing I'm using here, which is Harvard, is not what you want to use? Very simple. Citation settings, choose citation style, and whatever you've been asked to use is there. I'm going to choose IEEE, update citation setting styles, boom, we're in IEEE. Then your lecturer changes his mind or whatever, you choose Harvard, is what I use, and boom, it's there. Okay, great. Well, what if you want to say an author says something? Okay, that's really simple. I'm going to say, let's choose a paper. Dun, dun, dun. What's this one? Let's choose one of mine. Let's go. Actually, let's choose this one here. Okay, so I click on that citation. It's exploring transformative roles of drone technology. Again, really fun. Click on this part down here, which is we have different formats. I want to say author year, so I click that and say save citation and insert. And there we have the author name. So tap to the right, then I write, whatever I'm saying. Author name says whatever it is. But maybe what they're saying is a quote. Okay, I'm going to put a quote in there and a nice full stop at the end because we're British, not American. Well, I am at least. Maybe you're American. Make it italic. So what page number was that quote? Well, that's really simple. Click back on here. You'll see at the bottom right of the screen, it pops up again. Open up, page value 134. Click save. And there we are. We have a page in there. So that's really, really good. And we see everything is working really, really, really nice. So if I make a mistake and don't want page number, delete that, click save, and everything will update. That page number will disappear in a second. And yeah, your life is really, really, really simple. So just make sure I press save on this. Maybe I didn't. Did I make a mistake? Great tutorial video. Okay. Save changes with the 0 value. There we go. I didn't press save. It just appears. Everything is in the bottom there. Now, what happens if I don't want that DeepSeek reference? Maybe I'm writing this and it doesn't make sense. Just delete it in the text. What happens? We click refresh. It will refresh on its own. DeepSeek is gone. So this is as simple as it comes. You find your references online, you add them into Mendeley library, and you can insert them into your Word. Everything is great. Every time you cite something in your text, it will go in the references. Every time something is in your references, it is in the text. It is fluid, it is simple. Now, what about if you're trying to do a literature review? You can search, okay? Let's search for fashion. What have I got on fashion in Mendeley? This has given me all the papers that I've got which mention fashion in the title. And the best thing is, it goes back to 2011. It's 14 years of papers I'm pulling out here. So maybe I'm writing a paper now, or writing a report or an essay, whatever it is. I want to go, what have I read about this? I've got everything there. I can go back 14 years. Actually, this is really awesome because there's a star there. So 10 years ago, I put this paper into Mendeley, written in 2008. Over 70 years of fashion history, how fashions have changed since the 1920s. And for some reason at the time, 10 years ago, I put a star next to it. It was important back then. So I found it again. I can read it again. Absolutely wonderful. So it helps you find what you've got. And more importantly, it helps you reference in your work perfectly every single time. And because you put the DOI in and it pulls all the information in, your references is perfect. You can find this paper again every single time. The amount of times I see students who've just gone, oh, it's a paper, I'll find it again, and they never can. Or, oh, it's an author by Coban. I can't remember which one, but I'll find it again. And they never can. When you do this, when you put your references in the text like this, you can find that paper every single time. It's magic. Use Mendeley today.